Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Kings, the Tales of Vukovic, the Vukovic Tales, I should say. And just to get a little recap, in case anybody didn't really pay attention or didn't watch last episode for whatever reason. So here it is, as the Chronicle of House Vukovic shows. It was Despot born on the kind, the guy who had 6 of the 7 virtues how he lived longer. And these years passing don't really mean a thing, they're just silly sayings, such as a star fell from the sky in Zaklumia, killing 3 cows, and another star fell in the sky in Hellas, killing 3 more cows. And then several people in Belgrade spoke of seeing strange shapes dancing on the moon. And then villagers saw blood raining from the sky in the county of Zuzopolis. People in Zeta claimed to seen 2 suns at the same time. Gee, what's up with the sky? It was light. What the hell are these people are smoking? And then, this old despot was killed in action. He died in battle against Sheikh Mahmud of Kirkuk, succeeded by his Catholic son Zvonimir, and then converted from blank to Orthodox, because we don't want to mention it. And then he became the son of Satan, as he's known as, because he cut a leg off of a prisoner of war. And then victorious in a few battles. And then a revolt broke out. And then we lost a battle commanded by Serapion of the Yugoslav revolt. And then the Byzantine Emperor and then the Byzantine Emperor got killed in action, and he also ended our little civil war, our revolt war, because of well, we're still fighting this World War-like scenario. Strange and wonderful serpents were seen in Neapolis, and a monothelite heresy spreads its woeful presence in the county of Streamland. And that, my friends, is right over there. See, it's there. It's a heretic movement of sorts. But however, there's another problem. The Duke of Bosnia is a Slavic pagan, so your title's revoked. He'll comply. Plus he's a Greek, despite the fact that it's a Slavic name, but he's Greek. We don't allow no Greeks in Yugoslavia unless they're of a religious kind. Oh, and give me Rama too. Bosnia is mine. So that way we can use Bosnia. Yeah, it grieves you deeply. You're gonna be in Spoleto. You're just in exile in Italy. See, it's gonna go to Jovan, one of my sons. Oh, there you are. My other sons. While Lazar, who lives in Tuscany, is now an Italian, and he even looks a bit Italian, I guess. And Jesus Christ, there's a weak claim for the Byzantine Empire. If I wanted it to, I could have, you know, my cousin, a Serb, becoming an empress of the Byzantine Empire, if I wanted it to. Yeah, sure. And, think. I had something else in mind. Oh, wait. Thank you. You're leading a faction? Well, if revoking you wasn't enough, then maybe death will put you out of your misery. We'll have you assassinated because you're a pagan. And I'm giving away a lot of money for this. just eliminate this one guy, then I'll be ready for war. To go back to the Anatolian Front. 12 plus years this war. It has to end, and hopefully we'll be on the offensive this time. I think it's enough, isn't it? Oh yeah, more than enough. So let's see what's going on down there in the front line. Oh, they're coming back. Just when I was hoping that we would not face any more incursions by them, but now they gathered their strength again, and the Byzantines are trying to give them a hell of a fight, even though it's partially occupied for this county. Yeah, approve the idea. Ooh. It's a lot of plot powder. Good drink of water. No, the Byzantines couldn't hold it. Nope. I'm sure somehow, some way, those guys better pick themselves up. Oh, and they definitely will. I hired some mercenaries and things like that. We'll go to war with you soon. Went out without a bang. 1262 must have sucked for him. We revoked Bosnia, and then we blew him up. But we will do nothing with him. He's outside of our realm. Because that's over there, that's where they live. Far beyond my concerns. Right. And I always want the Duchess to be in this, but gee, that guy is a well-known seducer and heartbreaker, but he's a hedonist. He could have been a master seducer. Alright, one thing I failed to mention from the last episode about our blind friend here. Now the country needs me, is that, well, he's got a seduction focus too. Maid, servant, lover. Made with a quick mind and an ample bosom, using her to spy and snoop around the court. Highly suspicious. He's an aspiring seducer and adulterer. He has lover's pox. Not to mention he's blind, strong, and a brilliant strategist. He was the guy that we lead to the front line. Sure, his personal skill is bad, but he's a holy warrior, so he's good at fighting against Muslims. Or any other heathens out there. He's our own Jan Žižka, who was a Czech general during the Hussite Wars, who actually had his eye shot by an arrow before he was blind, but he continued to lead troops. And a brilliant general he was, and he never lost a battle. So Duke Porin, the ill ruler of Drakion, is our own Jan Žižka. Ain't that something? Another thing I would want to note about him again. Committed adultery. But he's blind. he doesn't even... Well, I'm sure in his youth he probably knows what women looks like. And his wife, however, isn't as much as it seems. His wife's a pagan. But his son... William... He's going to control both Dalmatia and Dracula. That's going to be a bit of a problem in terms of the amount of power that they would gain. Now, I think it's enough money that we made just to maintain an army that we would be ready, well, almost ready. These guys are pulling it together. A peasant revolt in Sinusi? Oh, that's down there in Libya. I forgot about that piece of Byzantine territory. Aren't I already part of this? Let's make it official. Despite the fact there were already hostilities against them, we've been that way. Oh, here's my chance. I didn't get the proud trait because I thought, well, if I'm going to be the Sun Saint, then I would have joined the devil worshipping society just to prove a point. For a 3-year-old, you could sure talk, unless this was your regent dictating it to you. I accept your patrol. All right, let's size them up. Sure, we're not at full strength, but we've got to do it. Oh, lisp. Right. That's not what we want in a person. So let's just get together in there, and then we'll split into 2 army groups like always, and we'll head down to the front line because the Byzantines have more troops now. They've really rallied together, or so it seemed. Oh no, they're still holding together. I guess we will be on an offensive this year. Right. Huh. Studying the campaigns of Alexander the Great. Art of war. If only Sun Tzu... I don't know whether or not if the knowledge of Sun Tzu's art of war ever reached Europe at this time, in this time period. We'll be there next year. That's going to be your problem from then on. Where'd you come from? Alright. Putting our best commanders there. Oren, Marco, Dragutin, lead the way. And then this other army will follow suit. Oh, hang on. Luka, Joseph, and me, Zvonimir. Now we follow them. Again, 13 years and 8 months and still ongoing, and no sight at the end for when this war is going to be over. So, as I said, we'll be on the offensive this time, not on the defensive like the first half of the war. So let's hope in the second half that we will take it to their lands, take it to the desert. Well, Luka's army's got some catching up to do. Oh, Nelly. Figured we didn't... Oh yeah, the mercenary band of mine. Gee, if only I could name my own mercenary band, like we would have named it after the Chetniks. Because, you know, Serbian connections. Tell you what we're gonna do. How about let's get together and we'll crush them. They're really occupying the place. Let's get them. Hopefully I don't get killed in action because I'm too valuable for the kingdom. Alright. Let's liberate these lands. We'll liberate this lands. You Byzantines can go kick their ass in their land. We'll follow you behind. Because our first target will be Eskandarun, which is where is this where Antioch is, or is that just south of it? Oh, it's south. Why haven't they dealt with the revolt yet? What's going on? Ah, gee, no wonder. Taken over by... This might as well be the island of heretics. I don't know why, but I'm considering withdrawing, grab a navy, and go kick their ass. And just as another way of doing the Emperor's dirty work. Somehow we're still losing the war a bit, but I believe this was due to occupation. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, okay, this is not going to be enough. So, sending first army of Poland. You go down there. And the other army shall go this way. And if the Arabs come back with a 20,000 strong army, get together. Denounce them. Alright, none. Why did it say that Jovan is gonna be my successor and not Milorad? I know where they're from. They're from Tuscany, and... Well, my son Lazar is leading a revolt. For what? Oh, a claim for Italy. That's not really too big of a concern. This includes this areas. Being tutored. Oh, my success is going to be Catholic, and yet the Greco-Italian influence is really getting to me. Rather be Orthodox than be Catholic. I don't want to take no orders from the Pope. No, no, I don't want to be in that type of business. So let the war continue. Oh! They called it off. It's white peace. So after 13 or 14 years for that war, it's finally over. Thank goodness. This isn't a celebration. We're just relieved at the fact that this waste of human lives war was finally over. So let's go back home before the people get pissy at us and the amount of money that we would be losing. And I might consider sending a detachment from the Navy to deal with the monothelites. Thinking. Of course I'm not good with names, but I might as well name her Natasha because I wanted to name it after that queen of ours in our past who was known to be strong and lustful. 13 children she had because of that seduction focus. So if I save up a little money, then assemble a navy, and we're gonna go kick some heretic ass. So hopefully our future for our country's future is secure without the fear of anyone's appetite. For now. Now it's Stefan and Radomir that will take Bosnia from themselves. Clergy is not satisfied with collecting a tithe from all free peasants. They demand the right to collect an extra tithe. A tithe is a tenth of the peasant's harvest or a tenth of the craftsman's production. If the priests were allowed to collect another tithe, it would double the taxes and make the present protests wildly. Oh, that's small. Sure. I'll be willing to fight your little wars because I'm taking a break. Let's just focus on our country's future. My mother's still around? Wow. 65 years old. My Greek mother. One evening at court, my mother Phyllis takes to voicing a very aggressive criticism of my wife in front of everyone. She says my wife doesn't know where places should be kept on a tighter leash. My wife looks pleadingly at me for support. Pagan, sympathetic, bastard of the dynasty. Quiet, mother. You're out of the line. Never do that in real life. Don't talk to your mother like that in real life. You're gonna get in trouble with that. Oh, poor. Or, where's the Dalmatian Duchess? There you are. Yeah. Good luck with improving relations. That's gonna sabotage it. So, now what? Just wait for time to pass into a... What happened to that war? Slavic faith. Oh my god. While Strategos Christophorios has always been a little strange, I could have never known he was secretly a Slav, along with a community of other nobles in my realm who've been harboring infidel beliefs for years. He has now openly professed what he dares call the true faith, and has revealed the shocking truth. He is a Slav, and he is not alone among the nobility in our realm. For years they've been building communities of adherents to their faith, and there are even places in my own lands where most of the populace prays to Perun. How did I keep it a secret for so long? Oh, big problem. Oh boy. That's the ending right there. Just like the Quantum Leap. But now I'm scratching my head for this. Well, true believers, crap. I cannot convince all of them. They all say who they are. What about the boy? Salvation. Yeah, we're gonna have problems. And, so you can say, yep, Perun has run the world. But the only question is, those secret Orthodox that are still out there, please help us. This is going to lead to revolts of unimaginable ways. Well, Orthodoxy has fallen again, and yet I should have never converted back to Orthodoxy openly. Matter of fact, go look back on the history. He's the one that created the secret society, the old Christians, and then not long after it, then he sprung out of there. He sprung out of there. And just led to another leader. And there's me. So basically since the 1230s, or things like that, around 1240s, 1250s somewhere, that's when we decided it's time to convert to Orthodox openly. And yet this was a bad idea. So this is partially my fault in all of this. But fortunately, he's a boy, so he can't be converted yet. But there are many problems. Huh? And the Immunotskal patriarch, the hideous, is a wicked priest. Wait a minute, my own patriarch. There's Bulgaria and Georgia. I mean, they were able to convert to Orthodox, but what did that cost? I don't have a patriarch. Ah. Well, I have to replace him then. Particularly someone without pagan feelings. So, you know what? No, not revolt. Get me a new holy man. No, not that one. Too low skill. Low skill. One more chance. There we go, a theologian. At least he's not wicked, but Vladislav's not wicked, so you get to wear the hat now. Now help us convert all of this back to Orthodoxy. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about joining this community as a way of showing my devotion. I mean, yeah, the last time I did this was boring, but I think this would probably just help. Huh? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on, I'll accept your favor. It just popped up. Look! Yeah. They countered the counter. So there is some Orthodox resistance against the Slavs. And now there are wars breaking out because there are some who will not give up their titles. So now it's basically a renewed... Now I'm a brilliant strategist thanks to my warfare studies. So now it's a renewed conflict between... And those Carpathians are to blame for spreading their influence down there ever since they reformed. And reformed to reform. So that means the old Christian society do exist. I think. We still have our bishoprics. Let's just hope nothing big breaks out. Even if they're asking for someone to take the throne of mine. Time's a-passin'. Now that those under partial control, it's because of pagan rules there. The blind man betrayed me. Again. What the hell? What's that color? Jew? Huh! This world is getting crazy. We got reformed pagans, and now we got Jews in Italy. Geons in North Africa. Shia in the Middle East. Zikris within Sunni lands. What kind of world am I living in? Wow. I've never seen someone with that high amount of intrigue. You are going to be very useful for me. You may be a pagan, but you have some uses. Okay, Diodora is now Orthodox again. So we're slowly converting back to Orthodox, hopefully without a conflict. Well, she's a heretic, so I will back that plot for you. So, pagans, Jews, Orthodox, Cathars, oh, the Eastern Front has finally ended their conflict, and now they took over most, if not all, of Rus. So now the Slavs are winning again. Vomiting. Rabies. If I... Oh yeah, I still have my Shiite court position. Again. Diarrhea. That can't be good. Jews running Italy? Oy vey. They think I have cancer. You are doing a bad job. What's going on with you? Demetrios is Slavic. As I said, it's a renewed conflict. A religious conflict. Oh, I'm so gonna die because this guy is doing a bad job. Diocletian's civil war for increased council power. Oh, you better not. Oh, god damn it. My son's a pagan. Eek, I have cancer. Well, I'm definitely gonna die. Alright. What's the matter with you, man? You're not a Shia anymore. You're an Islamic pagan. But sympathetic for Christendom, which could mean the secret Orthodox are still out there. They're just not around yet. As long as you know what you're doing, man. The red powder was tantalizing in color. The servant made the mistake of tasting in its pure form. His tongue had swollen up badly, and Sava chastised him firmly for it. Sava poured the spice into the chalice of water and stirred it meticulously before filling the spoonful. I probably shouldn't have agreed to this ill treatment. Oh, I am gonna die. And I'll be playing as this kid for a while. Quick! Desperation. Switch to theology because that's what the society wants. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're a good patriarch, man. Now, Rashka, the holy, the heart of Serbia. It's our own Kosovo. The Order and God cares much for the souls of our members. As such, we would like to advise you to go on a pilgrimage, since you have not done so. Well, I have cancer, but there's nothing that can stop me from doing so. Well, see you later. Start making traveling plans now. I will go to Jerusalem and see the wonders of the Holy Land. Let's just hope I don't get killed or get more sick on the way there. My things are packed, everything's in order, and at the end of the journey, the Holy Land awaits. My journey begins. Oh, your character is the subject of Greek plays. I am your regent. Well, the rain has been pouring down for days. It is almost impossible to travel the roads. Why does the Lord punish his faithful pilgrims so? Gee. Well, I already have cancer, so, blessed is he who perseveres under trial. I have cancer already, so not going to get any more sicker than that. Oh, man. That's highly unusual. You can't get the flu and cancer. I've spent the last few days of my journey on water, the vessel, and traveling on rocks gently in the breeze as the sailors go about their business. Being on board the ship was quite unlike being on land. So much is different. So many strange words for all things here. Starboard, abaft, aground. What does this all mean? This is fascinating. I must take this opportunity to learn. I doubt I'll get anything out of it. Nope. Plant some onions. Rub it, the sticky stuff onto my chest. What? During the last couple of days, I've made company on the road with a holy knight on his way to the same destination. I have lively and interesting conversations, and I find that so many things are common. Yeah. Friend of the Teutonic Order. Hot. Finally arrived at Jerusalem. Passing by the Mount of Olives, I entered through the city gate and are immediately overcome by the feeling of having made a truly epic journey. This city is filled with people of all creeds and colors. The air is heavy with smells of strange spices and foreign plants. I make my way through the throng of people and animals, excited by the knowledge that I'm now close to the Via Dolorosa and other holy places. I plan on to visit the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem, but first of all I need to find some place to stay. After all, I wouldn't want to be forced to sleep in a stable, would you? Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. I'm sick as heck. I have cancer and the flu. I ain't surviving this. The saints, this holy ground, how it moves my soul. I realized that my life up to this point had been only a preparation for this journey. How wondrous that the light of the Lord is truly shining me, a poor sinner. From now on I shall always do his work. Praise God. Now take my life. You brought me a concoction made from buckthorn and senna. At first I thought the potion was ineffectual, but later the same day I felt a churning in my bowels, which sent me running for the privy. As I howled in English, Saba assured that the foulness was expelled with my feces. I actually feel better. I'm back, I guess. Safe? I'm not safe. I'm dying. If I somehow survive both of this, then truly God would be on our side, and then at least we got rid of the sympathy for pagans trait. Alright, I'm better from the flu. Now you have to get over the cancer. And if I truly survived cancer, then something must have been done right. So, what do you got for me, Saba? Do your worst. You presented me with a charred cactus of a cat and prompted me to dig in. As I ate, he told me how he had chased a plump feline around my holdings for hours. I felt as if he wanted praise for his hard work, but the vile taste of the meal kept me silent. God damn it. Why am I doing such things to him? Look, the treatment worked for the flu, but not the cancer. Good boy. Who are you? Good. This is probably the most complex episode I've ever been part of. The jihad has ended, and now a renewed conflict between Orthodoxy and Slavic paganism. And now Rashka is back to being Orthodox. Alright. Bosnia, you're next. Because these are also the areas that I personally control. Livonia is now a de jure part of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. I gotta do something about this. Oh, what the heck? Measles. Speaking of diseases, as if you've had enough more problems now. Now what, Saba? Oh, this again? But this time it worked. Alright, that'll just... Just when Orthodoxy was making a return, but now iconoclasm appears. You know what? I'm gonna do something that I've always wanted to do. Just to destabilize the realm a bit, and this may cost me one would think that I would have to embrace iconoclasm, but I can't because I am zealous, so nothing's gonna convince me, so it's a heretic stronghold. Who's the iconoclast? Yeah, if I wasn't so zealous, maybe I would have started a period of Serbian iconoclasm. Like, something that no Serb would ever do before. The Byzantines have done it, and yet Orthodoxy triumphed on it. But, it's the way it's gonna be. So just let it be. Oh yeah, I forgot to kill that heretic, now Slavic princess. So, it'll be a boating accident. Let's hope this works. If she dies, she dies. I mean, I would love to revoke titles out of these guys, but this is going to lead to a series of wars, and this is going to make the factions more dangerous. So no, I cannot be an iconoclast because I'm zealous. When you're done converting to Bosnia, get back over here. Maybe. Because I'm debating whether or not I should stay Orthodox or become an iconoclast, where I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna join another religion just to stay away from this conflict between you two. And if I wanted to, I could form a secret iconoclast society. So that way we can overthrow you all. Okay, now the other part of Bosnia. Just need to connect. As if I already had enough problems with Vikings. And in the next episode, we're probably gonna start dealing with all this BS that's going on about in Yugoslavia. Get out of here, you creep. Slavia. You know, I thought of it where I could have a possible name change for this kingdom. Black Death. We faced the Black Death before, and boy did we make a mistake. Oh, there it is. Since it starts there, oh, it's coming to Europe. Well, next episode, Black Plague comes to Yugoslavia. Tune in next time. Oh, this is probably the most miserable time to be living in. I have cancer. Dicing with death. Oh, the Jews. Here, repay the loan. Need your money for emergency situations. Sure. A holy man came to my court today to talk about matters of faith, but it soon became clear he held rather unorthodox views. Being a zealous defender of the church at all times, I believe I did the right thing when I gave the order to imprison the blasphemous pagan who dared criticize my faith and my church. Patriarch Vladislav reacts to the imprisonment. I was still shaking with rage at the pagan's blasphemous words when Patriarch Vladislav took the opportunity to whisper, "Good work," in my ear. Thanks. And our religious pursuits, things like that, close together. While meanwhile, Belgrade is full of iconic smashing people. The world has truly gone mad. If anybody's familiar with the history of Byzantine iconoclasm, this was just due to a lot of things, including a literal interpretation of one of the commandments in the Bible. And yet we Serbs are a God-fearing people. And sometimes we get too overzealous to the point thinking that we are supermen or something like that. If you were to ask any Serb nationalists out there who are of a minority. But I think being an iconoclast would be a true way in becoming a crazy Serb in a sense. Smashing those icons because we really defied what we truly believed in and things like that. I'm gonna be a crazy person. I'm gonna leave those iconoclasts alone. I may or may not have some use to them. You're a part of Russia. Huh. I didn't see that before. If I were to put these poems out in my own name, because I have the deceitful trait, steal the writings and take credit for myself. Well, now you've reached the first step into becoming an iconoclast. It's not appropriate. It ain't. Oh yeah, is the Black Plague coming? Oh. I suppose I should be flattered he felt the need to stoop this low. I read my brother Valentino have gotten the wind of my poetry. It's currently the talk of the town, and people seem to appreciate how I focus on the comforting aspects of faith. Sorry, Bishop Valentino of Bovaz, but God works in mysterious ways. He'll get over it. He'll get over it. Is the plague coming, or is it just locally thing? It appears local, so never mind. The plague's not coming, so tune in next time as we deal with more bullshit in our land of Yugoslavia. So, see you next time. You better tune in, or else.